This is not the time to give up the fight against cancer, and I sincerely hope that you'll join us.
Good morning and happy Saturday, Relay for Life of Simi-Moorpark. I know, for those of you who are usually at our events each year, I know I'm not our usual MC. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christine Trunick, and I'm your Senior Community Development Manager here in the communities of Simi Valley and Moorpark. And really, that's just a fancy way of saying that I'm your ACS staff person that partners with all of the amazing individuals throughout our community who make this event possible year after year. I say event, but of course this year, like many things in 2020, it's going to look a little bit different. We are hosting our first ever 2020 virtual relay celebration entitled Hope from Home. But before I go much further, I'd like to take a moment for something that was so important that we made sure to include, even though we're coming at you from Facebook Live. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Miss Katie to sing our national anthem. Take it away, Katie.
Oh, so can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see just that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you so much, Katie. We could not imagine having an opening ceremony without the national anthem, so we can't thank you enough for helping us to continue to make this possible with our virtual celebration of Hope from Home. Next, I have a very special message coming from our Executive Vice President, Jeff Kloss.
Hello, Relay for Life. Even though we're not physically together for a traditional event, the spirit of Relay is stronger than ever. In the midst of a worldwide pandemic, Relayers are committed to the life-saving mission of the American Cancer Society, and we can't thank you enough. Cancer doesn't stop, and neither do Relayers. We are resilient because the fight against cancer is at risk. Funding for cancer research is at risk. Our ability to provide programs and services for patients when they need it is at risk. There has never been a more critical time in the fight against cancer. Through your involvement in Relay for Life, each one of you is making a significant impact. Your passionate work is helping us create stronger communities to serve more patients and support more caregivers. Your work creates hope in the darkest hours of a cancer journey. So to all of you volunteers, sponsors, team members, individual participants, Grand Club members, caregivers, and especially to our amazing survivors, thank you. Thank you for your leadership, your time, and most importantly, to your passion to ensure the fight against cancer remains strong.
Now, normally I would be staring out into a crowd and get to see all of your beautiful faces. But since I can't do that right now, I'd love to pause and take a moment to ask you, where are you tuning in from? Are you in Simi Valley? Are you in Moorpark? Are you somewhere else in California? Or maybe you're even somewhere else in the United States, or possibly even international. So before we go much further, I'd like you to drop a comment in the chat box and let us know where you're tuning in from. Bonus points if you can share whether or not you're actually up, dressed, and ready to relay, or maybe you're taking advantage of our Hope from Home celebration and still in your pajamas. I know I wish I was. So let us know what you're doing and how you're going to be celebrating today with our Hope from Home celebration. Since the beginning of the pandemic, our American Cancer Society has adopted the phrase, "Cancer hasn't stopped, so neither can we." There's no better person to talk about how important it is that we continue in the fight against cancer and supporting cancer patients in our community and across the nation than my next speaker. Coming to us from City of Hope, located right here in Simi Valley, is Dr. Shaw, a new oncologist out of this location. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Shaw, and I will go ahead and let you speak a little bit from an oncologist's perspective.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nikita Shaw, a breast surgical oncologist with City of Hope in Simi Valley. I specialize in the management of benign and malignant breast disease. I originally grew up in the Southern California area, completed my education and training out of state, finishing with my breast surgical oncology fellowship at the University of Michigan. I'm excited to return to the Southern California area to work with City of Hope and serve the Simi Valley community. I'm also excited virtually to be here at your American Cancer Society Relay for Life. In talking a little bit about breast cancer remains one of the most common types of cancer in the world and one of the leading causes of cancer-related deaths worldwide. However, the treatment of breast cancer continues to evolve in many different aspects. From a surgical perspective, we are often able to provide more minimalistic surgical options, which lead to a better quality of life, but with the same overall outcomes. From a systemic therapy perspective, we are now more specific in our recommendations for chemotherapy. We are now routinely incorporating genomic assays to determine if a person with breast cancer even needs chemotherapy, which has really allowed us to minimize overtreatment. We are also adding new medications in our armamentarium of systemic treatment with targeted therapies and immunotherapy. Overall, treatment of breast cancer has become much more specific to tumor biology and to the individual patient. As a breast surgical oncologist, I'm excited to work with City of Hope. For many years, City of Hope has been involved in various activities for the American Cancer Society, including our sponsorship for Relay for Life events throughout the Southern California area. We look forward to future collaborations with the American Cancer Society in our joint efforts to educate, research, and treat cancer. We thank all of you for making a difference by volunteering, fundraising, donating, and supporting events like Relay for Life in Simi Valley. So many of our patients benefit from ACS's programs and research. This is an especially challenging time as cancer patients are among the most vulnerable groups for COVID-19. For many of us, our lives have been put on hold because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We know, though, that cancer does not stop. We know that there has been a national decrease in certain types of cancer diagnosed early on in the pandemic, including breast cancer. At the beginning of the pandemic, many missed their routine cancer screenings such as mammograms and colonoscopies as centers closed. As centers have reopened, they have adjusted their policies to ensure the safety of patients. It is important to not delay any routine cancer screenings because we know that delaying these screenings will lead to a more advanced cancer when finally diagnosed and potentially may require more treatment. If you have cancer, City of Hope can help ensure you receive uninterrupted care in a safe environment. At City of Hope, we understand the urgency of cancer treatment. We know that cancer patients are some of the most vulnerable groups for COVID-19. Therefore, we take all necessary precautions to protect them, including offering telemedicine visits when appropriate. Comprehensive cancer centers like City of Hope, which are not part of general acute care medical centers, are focused specifically on cancer care and therefore are well equipped to treat cancer patients while protecting them from COVID-19. Cancer doesn't stop for COVID-19, and neither does City of Hope. On behalf of my team at City of Hope, I wish everyone a successful and safe Relay for Life. Thank you.
When we first received the news that it would not be possible to host an in-person event this year, of course we were all sad, but there was a specific group of individuals who immediately sprung into action and decided to keep with our theme of Cancer Hasn't Stopped, so neither can we, and turned it into Cancer Hasn't Stopped, so neither can Relay. That would be our event leadership team, who has worked tirelessly to pivot our normal 24-hour in-person event to be a safe, socially distant, virtual celebration over Zoom and Facebook Live. Without further ado, I would like to share a very special message from our event leadership team. It's been such an honor to work with you all.
On behalf of the Simi-Moorpark Relay for Life leads, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to our virtual event this year. Even though we can't be together this year, the spirit of Relay for Life continues virtually. This event would not be a success without all of your support. We are all in this for the same reason, to finish the fight against cancer. During the next 24 hours, we will embark on a life-changing journey that will celebrate those who have battled cancer, remember the people we have lost, and renew our commitment to fight back against this disease to help end it once and for all. Today, we are doing what other Relay participants in more than 5,000 communities across our country and around the globe are doing. By taking part in Relay for Life, you are joining forces with millions of people worldwide who want to save lives, who want to finish the fight. While each of us has a unique reason why we relay, we all have something very much in common. We want to make a difference in the fight against cancer. And we are all doing that together. As a community, the steps we take today and the money you are raising enable the American Cancer Society to save lives by helping people with cancer today with the programs and support they need. The donations you make are also helping to find cancer's causes and cures through groundbreaking research, as well as ensuring access to screening and treatment for everyone. We thank each of you for making the commitment to this cause. You are getting us one step closer to a cancer-free world. So, we won't stop relaying until we find a cure.
Our mission matters more than ever. Relay for Life is all about togetherness. And even though we can't currently be face-to-face, we'll continue fighting as one supportive community. By working together, we'll provide crucial information through our 24/7 helpline, 1-800-227-2345, and cancer.org, advocating for critical healthcare legislation and giving hope with everything we do, because cancer won't stop, and neither will we. People who have been diagnosed with cancer are more vulnerable than ever right now. They need support, people to talk with, resources to turn to, and reassurance that someone is looking out for them. I can't thank you enough for teaming up with our Relay for Life of Simi-Moorpark. Because of you, we'll continue to offer that helping hand. Remember that today our Hope from Home celebration will have 24 hours of opportunities for you to virtually celebrate with us. Through our ceremonies, streamed via Facebook Live on our Relay for Life of Simi Valley page, or through our virtual games and theme laps, hosted via Zoom at the top of each hour. Our Zoom meeting ID for the entire 24 hours is 849-7425-6656. Don't worry, I'll put it in the chat box. There's no password required, but each time you log in, we'll be monitoring participation into the room via a waiting room. Should you have any difficulty logging in, please don't hesitate to call me at 805-691-2579 so that we can make sure that you get to participate. I look forward to getting to see you on our first Zoom virtual game, which is Categories at 11 o'clock. Now, I'd like to kick things off with our first lap of the day, our birthday theme lap.